My topic is Afghanistan and Pakistan relation. Here's the content that I will focus on my presentation. Geography. Pakistan and Afghanistan share an enormous border approximately 1,510 miles following the eastern and southern edges of Afghanistan. The Pakistan-Afghan border was demarcated in 1893 by Sir Mortimer Durand between British India and Afghanistan. Following the reduction of Pakistan in 1947, Afghan governments did not accept the so-called Durand Line because of the boundary within two nations' demographics. Two main ethnic groups, the Pashtuns and the Balochs, live on both sides of the Durand Line. Pashtuns are a sizable ethnic group in Afghanistan, about 42% of the population. On the Pakistan side, Boston's population around 15.4%, and Palak are a significant ethnic group that lives in Pakistan and Afghanistan, including parts of Iran. Since the Soviet attack of Afghanistan in 1979, Afghan was explored refugees in Pakistan. 5 million Afghans lived in Pakistan. Since 2001, lots of people returned to Afghanistan, but there's still heaps of people, refugees, remain in Pakistan cities like Quetta and Peshawar. Afghanistan's historical conflicts. Britain penetrated Afghanistan in 1839 and fought the First Anglo-Afghan War. First War was 1939 to 1842 and Second War was 1878 to 1880 and Third War was 1919 and Afghanistan obtained its freedom in 1919. Durand Line. The Durand Line is in international 2,430-kilometer land border between Afghanistan and Pakistan in South Asia. It was originally established in 1893 as the international border between British India and Afghanistan by Mortimer Durand and Abdurrahman Gahan to fix the limit of the respective spheres of influence and improve diplomatic relations and trade. Tribal connections and neighbors interference. In the 1970s, the Afghanistan secured Polish nationalists, while Pakistan continued with its instructing the majority in the 1980s, and lately supported the Afghan Taliban. Moreover, in 1979, the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, the US and Pakistan military ruler Zia Ul-Haq supported the jihad in Afghanistan. Pakistan and Afghanistan relations. In 1979, Afghan government supported Palach separatists in Pakistan and Afghanistan. The Soviet invasions killed Hafizullah Amin and installed Babrak Gamal as the country's president. This created a threatening situation for Pakistan. America declared to support Pakistan, and Pakistan's skillful use of intelligence made Afghanistan a bleeding wound for Moscow. 1988, the peace accord between Pakistan and Afghanistan was signed in Geneva. Economic rival future. For both India and Pakistan, Afghanistan is a possible route for access to Central Asian energy. The yearly quantity of grey market trading run is calculations around $10 billion, which is 5 times the specific volume of trade within these two countries. Pakistan proceeds to prevent the overland transit of Indian goods through its territory as Indians try to expand their business to Afghanistan. If stability restored to Afghanistan, it may be possible to take advantage of the the mineral resources there, which might benefit the neighboring countries. China recently won rights to mine the world's largest undeveloped copper field located near Kabul for about 3 billion future. Pakistan and Afghanistan largest trading partner, while Afghanistan is Pakistan's second largest export market. Both Pakistan and Afghanistan face significant challenges in their respective security, political, and economic realms over the coming years. The tons of NATO forces from Afghanistan has dealt a negative shock to both economics, particularly in the transportation sector. While an agreement was signed in 2010 that strengthens trade relations and facilitates Afghan transit trade through Pakistan, implementation has been mixed, with many of both sides of the border complaining of continued barriers to exchange. Peaceful economic cooperation between Afghanistan and Pakistan and improved trade and transit facilities could help connect South Asia with Central Asia. Both nations need to improve trade facilitation through streamlined payments, settlement, and improved insurance mechanism, use of bonded carriers, visa issuance, trade financing, tax collection, and documentations. Both need to invest in education to educate the children, both girls and boys, to help build the economic in and in Pakistan and Afghanistan. People recommendation to build future relations. People-to-people contact is necessary conditions for suitable trade relations. Therefore, business visa policy needs to be relaxed further. A preferential trade agreements between the two countries that would give more market access to Afghan goods in the Pakistan market and address the issues of smuggling in the need of the day. Non-tariff measures also need to be improved, mainly at the customs checkpoints on both sides of the border. Both countries should prioritize infrastructure projects to reduce the cost of transportation and the provisions of a financial mechanism for trade as mandatory institution and Exim Bank for trade settlement in multiple currencies in recommendations.